Hello, today I'm going to talk about a cultural misunderstanding in greeting styles between hugs and handshakes. Although greeting seems simple, it actually reflects deeper cultural values and communication styles. In this presentation, I will explain what happened, why it happened, and what cultural factors cause it, what I learned, and how to avoid it. So the first one is the cultural background. This misunderstanding involves Western culture such as United States and Latin American cultures such as Brazil. These cultures have different expectations about physical distance, emotional expression, and social interaction. In many Western cultures, people value independence and personal boundaries, so they usually prefer more physical distance, especially when meeting someone for the first time. In contrast, Latin American cultures often emphasize the relationships, warmth, and social connection, so people are more comfortable with physical contact. As a result, the same greeting behavior can be interpreted very differently. And then the situation. The situation takes place at an international school event where students from different countries meet each other for the first time. An American student greets a Brazilian student. The American student extends a hand for a handshake, expecting a formal and polite interaction. At the same time, the Brazilian student moves forward to give a hug, expecting a friendly and warm greeting. Because their actions happen at the same time but do not match, both students hesitate. This creates a brief but a not noticeable moment of awkwardness and confusion. And let's talk about what went wrong. What went wrong is not that either person made a mistake, but they follow different cultural rules. From the American perspective, a handshake is respectful, appropriate, and maintains personal space. From the Brazilian perspective, a hug is friendly, natural, and helps build connection. The problem is that each person assumed their way was a normal way because they didn't share the same expectations. They misinterpreted each other's behavior. There are some cultural vocabularies that is very important in this term. And now I want to explain some key cultural vocabularies to you. Cultural values are beliefs that influence behavior. Americans value personal space, while Brazilian values closeness. Cultural norms are expected behaviors. Handshakes are common in the US, while hugs are common in Brazil. Communication style refers to how people express meaning. Americans are more reserved, while Brazilians are more expressive. These differences explain why the misunderstanding happened. And there is a real example from this video. This kind of misunderstanding is very common in real life. For example, in some European cultures, people greet each other with kisses on the cheek, while in Asian cultures, people may bow instead of using physical contact. These differences show that greetings are not universal. They are cultural learned behaviors. So if people are not aware of these differences, they may feel confused, uncomfortable, or even thinking that the other person is being rude. This reinforces how cultural differences can affect everyday communication. So here is some solutions. There are several ways to avoid this kind of misunderstanding. First, people should actively learn about other cultures, especially when they are in international environments. Second, they should observe nonverbal communication carefully, such as body language, facial expressions, and adjust their behavior accordingly. Third, asking polite questions can be very helpful because it should respect and prevent incorrect assumptions. Finally, people should be flexible and open-minded and be willing to adapt instead of insisting on their own cultural habit. And here are some reflections from myself. From this example, I learned that cultural misunderstandings are not only caused by language, but also by behavior and expectations. What surprised me is that both people were trying to be polite, but still felt awkward. So this changed my thinking because I realized that we should not judge others based on our own cultural standards. Cultural awareness is important because they help us communicate better with people from different backgrounds. In the end, this example shows how cultural differences affect communication. By being more aware and flexible, we can avoid misunderstanding and interact more successfully. Thank you for your watching.